Welcome, yoga friends and family, and my special guests here today, the lovely Maureen and Nisa. We're beginning our practice on our backs today in Shavasana, so just allow yourself to rest there. Let your legs and hips just totally relax, let the feet fall out to the sides. Turn the palms up to face the ceiling as you tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. And just add that little downward tuck to the chin, creating that length there at the back of your neck. And just begin to breathe. That breath you're so familiar with, invited in, that full, deep, complete yogic breath. And try to feel that expansion as it happens from the bottom of the lungs right up to the top. Feel the lungs expanding out to the sides and from front to back. Making sure that the exhales are complete, squeezing every last bit of stale air out of your lungs. Just allow the inhale to flow into the exhale and to flow back into the inhale again and again. Now try to make that breath slightly more audible to yourself. Try to hear the sound of your inhale and the sound of your exhale. And with every exhale, just feel any thoughts that linger in your mind begin to drift away. Feel your body start to relax. Legs slide together, arms extend over the head. Take a deep breath in. Stretch the body as long as possible. And as you exhale, sweep the arms down along the sides and draw your knees into your chest. Take a grip on the knees with the hands and just start to rock side to side. The weight of your own body be what helps to massage the low back here. So maybe the knees are really wide or really loosely held in. Maybe you're bringing the knees a little closer together, tucking them in to move that massage a bit higher up the back. Let your head move freely with your torso so that you feel a massage even across the back of the skull. And as you roll back to center now, set your feet down on the ground, preparing for a few rounds of bridge. Let's plant those heels directly in front of where the sitting bones would be. Big toes slightly turning in as the palms press down, arms hug the sides. And now tucking the chin, flattening the low back into the floor by tucking the tail. Inhale, lift the hips up into bridge. And exhale, lower the hips back down. And now we move at the measure of our breath. Inhaling to lift. And exhaling to lower. And slowly as your breath will let you, be aware of every aspect of the movement, keeping those knees hugging right over top of those ankles. Really powering up the legs, use your quads more than your glutes. Inhale, bring your hips up to the top and hold them there. Keep the palms pressing down, but see if you can just squeeze your shoulder blades a bit closer together. Press downwards through the back of the head. Press down through the inner edges of both of your feet. Continuing to breathe to the ground through the mid-back area, low back settling, heels settling. Draw your knees to your chest, reach for them with your hands, and just rock a few times from side to side. And we roll back to center, set the feet down again, arms come down, reaching for the heels with those fingers, adjust those feet to a hip distance width. As you tuck the tail and lengthen the back of the neck, inhale, come up into bridge, hold. Maybe you can squeeze the shoulder blades a bit closer together. Maybe you can walk the hands this time a bit closer together. You may even be flexible enough to clasp the hands, climbing higher up onto the triceps, up onto those shoulders. Do your best to not splay the knees, so keep those thighs parallel to one another. Keep pushing your chest closer to your chin. On an inhale, rise onto the toes, send your arms out from under you as you roll the upper back down, mid-back, low back and tailbone. Take your arms to a T, or if you're close to your neighbor into cactus, bring your knees to your chest. Pause there, squeeze those legs together, full inhale. Exhale, let your knees move to the right, but hover them as you turn your head to the left. Try not to lift that left shoulder off the ground. Squeeze those ankles and knees together. Wait for the inhale. Come back through center. And then we take it to the other side, hovering. Rooting that right shoulder down. Squeeze the ankles and the knees together. Inhaling to center. Exhale, legs right, head left. Inhale, center. And switch slowly. One more time, moving, inhale. Come up. Exhale, knees right, head left. Inhale, come back up. And then legs to the left as the head turns to the right. Now inhale, come up through center. Let your legs mount all the way to the right this time as you look to the left. Set your feet down. Try not to lift the left shoulder. Try to let that chin move all the way over towards the left shoulder. Let your left ear turn down towards the ground. Try to relax through the low back now, along the length of your spine. Feel that opening across the chest. Breathe very deeply into that left lung. So very open and exposed. Now press down through your arms, and on an inhale, come back up to center. We change sides at the exhale, and again, try not to let the right shoulder lift as you set the feet down over to the left. Chin towards the right shoulder, ear turning down towards the ground. Noticing differences perhaps between the two sides. Try to relax through the low back now just as much as you did in that right side twist. On your next inhalation, come back up slowly. Reach for the knees, squeeze them in gently as you rock side to side a couple times. So the option is there to continue rocking side to side, or you can come through center, take a grip on the back of the legs, and begin to roll up and down the length of your spine if that's within your ability. If you find it painful, I'll let the tailbone or in the upper back area just continue to go side to side instead. And if you're going side to side, roll to one side, press up to seated. If you're going back and forth, the next time you roll forward, come to seated. Let's come to our hands and our knees now. So as we come into table, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips or sitting bones over knees. Push the floor away, draw the low belly in. Wait for the inhalation, lift Keep the shoulders pulling down and away from the ears. And now start to melt your hips towards the floor. Let's stretch the front of your left hip. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Take another deep breath in, and with your exhale, relax your head down, curl your left toes under, and simply straighten your left leg. So we're in that long stance here. Start to straighten your right leg now as well. And your hands may need to crawl back slightly. Stay on the ball of the left foot, root down into that right big toe and inner right heel. And as you inhale, lift the chin, gaze out in front of you. Exhale, begin to fold the belly, the chest, the chin, nose, then forehead down. Look at your left big toe. Pull the right hip back. Shift the left hip forward. Try to press that left heel down as well. Heart is extending forward and away from the navel as the navel extends forward and away from the pubic bone. Inhaling to lift the chin, and as you exhale, just come back into your lunge position. If you brought hands back, bring them forward once again. Heels of the hands in line with the heel of the foot. Take another deep breath in, full extension. Bend your left knee, push off the left foot, and let your left foot come up to meet the right foot, folding down over those legs. Let your arms just dangle, let your head hang heavy. Knees can be bent, shaking the head no, nodding the head yes, and then just relax. Equal weight of the toes as you head back in the heels. That low back starting to soften and release tension. Feel that elongation along the spine. Let's look down towards the feet, heel to the feet together so we can plant the hands at a shoulder distance width right on the floor and step back into a plank position. Keeping shoulders over ribs, try to keep the body in a straight line, and if you need to modify, simply set the knees down, keep the tailbone tucked. Gripping with those fingers, pushing the floor away. As you inhale, look slightly forward. As you exhale, begin to lower down. And then inhale, curl into your cobra, dandasana. Toes stretch back. Pull your chest forward through those hands, gripping with those fingers, elbows hugging in. Push into the palms, inhale a little higher. Tuck the toes, press up and back to downward dog. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Take another full breath in, and on your exhale, lower your knees. Step your left foot forward. Walk it towards that left hand, slide that right knee back. Rising to those pads of the fingers, lifting the chest away from the thigh. Lengthening upwards to the crown of the head, and now let the hips melt forward and downward. Continuing to breathe deeply. Slowly in and out through those nostrils, keeping the jaw relaxed. Take another full breath in as you exhale. Let the chin melt down, let the right toes tuck, pick up the right knee, straighten that right leg, and now start to straighten the left leg. Hands may need to walk back. Pulling left hip back, right hip forward, roll the weight to the inner left foot, lengthen as you inhale, and start to fold back to the right big toe now. Pressing that right heel down. Sending the crown forward. Lengthening the spine. Feeling the intensity of that stretch now through the back of the left leg. Up into the hip and butt. As you inhale, lift the chin. As you exhale, come back into your lunge. Rebend that left knee over the left ankle. Take another full inhale. As you exhale, bend the right knee, push off the right foot and stick your right foot up to meet the left, folding over the legs. Weight of the toes, not just the heels. And maybe as you come into this forward fold now, the legs feel as though they've started to open up just a little bit. Breathe into that space that you found, the whole upper body and head. As you look down towards the feet and you heel toe the feet together if they're apart, plant your palms. Try to lead with the opposite foot first this time as you step out to plank. And again, if you need the modification, take it. Listen to the body. Roll that low belly in. Push the floor away from you. As you inhale, look forward a few feet. As you exhale, begin to lower hips and shoulders at the same time. And then inhale, curl into your cobra. Press the tops of the feet heavily down. Hug the elbows in, pull the shoulders down. Push into those hands, inhale a little higher. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward dog. And breathe here. Pull the shoulders back and away from the ears. One more deep breath here. As you exhale, lower your knees. And just untuck your toes, coming back into table pose. On an inhale, send your right leg back and your left arm forward for the spinal balance. Flexing that right foot. Draw the right shoulder up and away from the wrist. Pull the left shoulder back away from the ear. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, set your left hand down, but bring it in line with the knee, shoulder over wrist. Pivot and plant the right foot flat, directly behind those left toes. If you need the kickstand, slide the left foot back, gazing at the left thumb, let your right arm float up towards the ceiling. Stacking the shoulders, maybe looking out to the right, maybe even all the way up to that thumb. As you turn your palm forward, take the arm over the ear. Begin to stretch out the whole right side. From the outer edge of the right foot as it connects to the floor, up to the ankle, the side of the leg, to the hip, up the waist, the ribs, right up into the armpit area, out through those fingers. Inhale the right arm to the ceiling. Look down, set the hand down. Widen your palms back to shoulder distance as you set your knee down. Keeping your knees hip distance, big toes touch. Sit back on those heels. Let your chest melt, and then your forehead. And if the forehead doesn't make it to the floor, use your hands to support it. If it does, let the arms slide all the way back alongside you. And just take a couple deep breaths here. Let your hips move side to side. And notice what you feel through the hip flexor as you do this. Let your hips travel back to center. And when you're ready, come back up to table pose. Just come to stand on hands and knees. Preparing for and take the left leg back and the right arm forward. Pull the low belly in, pull the shoulder back, away from the ear. Take another inhale, stretch it out even longer as you exhale. Let the hand come down, bring it in line with the knee. Pivot and plant the left foot directly behind the right. Gaze at the right thumb and take the left arm up to the ceiling. If you need the kickstand, right foot can slide back. Looking out to the left, maybe all the way up to that thumb. Turn the palm forward, take the arm over the ear. Keep the tailbone tucked. Low belly drawn in slightly. Start to spiral your chest open to the left. Grip with those right fingers. Don't dump into that wrist. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Look down. Set your hand down. Widen the hands back to shoulder distance as the knee comes down. Let's inhale into cow and hold it. So try to extend the crown towards the tailbone behind your back. Pull the heart through the upper arms and the shoulders down and away from the ears. Take one more inhale here. Go just a bit further and then exhale. Begin to reverse up into cat, tucking the tail, tucking the chin, rounding out that spine. Grip with those fingers, inhale, neutral, big toes touch, sit back on the heels, but this time take your knees as wide as your mat is, as you lower your chest, lower your forehead. Your arms relax where they feel comfortable. If they're supporting your head, the palms can be stacked or the fists. Relax the wrists, the hands, the arms, and shoulders. Extending those arms forward, crawling as far forward as they'll go. Look at the space between the thumbs. Make sure the feet can fit there. Pull yourself up to your hands and knees. Readjust the knees to hip distance as you tuck the toes. Take it up and back to downward dog. And press the heels down. Push the chest back, shoulders back, away from ears. Inhaling, the right leg begins to lift. The hips remain level. Push out through the heel, spread the toes. Now bend the right knee, begin to stack the right hip on top of the left as much as you can as you draw the right heel towards the left buttock. Avoid lifting the right shoulder though, higher than the left. Feel the intensity of that stretch now in the back of the left leg as well. Inhale, straighten the right leg, and now square your hips. Step forward with your right foot, and then step the left foot a little closer so you can plant it on a 45. Square your hips to the front of your mat, and as you inhale, sweep the arms forward and all the way up, bending deeply into the right knee so the knee is over the ankle. Try to draw the right hip back. Try to shift the left hip forward. Coming into Vajrasana or Warrior One. Take another big deep breath in, stretch tall. Exhale, palms together, hands to the heart, turning to the left with the chest as you walk the left foot back. Continuing to bend deeply into the right knee. Walk your right foot in now a little bit so your heel is in line with the arch of your left foot. Stack shoulders over wrist, take the arms out to a T. Pull the low belly in and now look down that right arm, past the tip of that right middle finger. Pull the shoulders down. Let that right knee move just slightly towards the baby toe edge of the foot without shifting the hips. Go ahead, take another deep breath in. As you exhale, windmill your hands down to frame that right foot. Come onto the back toes. Step back to your downward dog. And breathe. Those shoulders back, away from those ears. Inhale, left leg begins to lift slow. Foot is flexed, toes spreading, hips as level as possible. Take another inhale, feel like a little higher. Begin to bend the knee, stacking left hip over right hip. Draw the heel towards that right buttock without lifting the left shoulder. Keep pressing that right heel down. Inhale to straighten the leg and square the hips. Exhale to step the left foot forward. Right foot plants for our warrior one, so line it up to 45. When you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Let that left knee bend deeply over the left ankle. Press that right leg as straight as you can. Left hip back, right hip forward. Another inhale, reach even taller. As you exhale, let your hands come together in front of your heart. Begin to open to the right. So we're going to walk the right foot back, line up the left heel with the arch of the right foot now. Take the arms to a T. Make sure as you're looking down at your left knee, it's right over the left ankle, and then look down that left arm. Lift through the crown of the head, put the shoulders down, away from the ears. Muscles of the upper arms engage, hugging in closer to the bone. Take one more deep breath in, and as you exhale, windmill the hands down. Plant both palms, come onto the back toes, left foot steps back, hips high, downward dog. Noticing if there's any difference. Do you need the hands for support here? Does the head easily touch the floor? Every version of downward or child's pose, pardon me, can feel just a little different. Really breathe into that low back. Forward. Look at the space between the thumbs. Make sure your feet would fit. Pull yourself up up more than the strength of the arms. Good. Let's take those hands and slide them forward until the elbows are underneath the shoulders as we come into Sphinx. Take the feet to a hip distance width. Grip with the fingers, pull the heart forward, pull the chin forward, and extend upwards to the crown of the head. Pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. The hands need to come a little further forward because the shoulders are lifting up around the ears. Don't be afraid to slide those elbows a little bit forward of the shoulder. Try to maintain length throughout the entire spine. Getting into any tension, any tightness. Take one more deep breath in as you exhale. Relax your head, widen your elbows, lower your chest and forehead. Plant your hands on either side of your chest now. And in slow motion, push up to the hands and knees. Big toes touch. Push your hips towards your heels and come all the way into your child's pose for just a few breaths. Reaching the arms forward, as far forward as they'll go. Look at the space, make sure it's big enough. Pull yourself up to your hands and knees, tuck your toes, and just come up to plank. Straighten out the body. Tuck the tail. Push the floor away from you. Control the flow of air, moving in and out through your nose. Inhale, look slightly forward. Exhale, begin to lower with control. Good, let's set the forehead down. Let's bend both knees. Reach back and catch a hold of the tops of the feet, the front of the ankles with those hands. Bring your thighs back towards each other as best you can. And now push your feet into your hands. Give a little squeeze between the shoulder blades. Spread your toes and inhale. Send the chin forward and lift through the back of the head. Peel your thighs off the ground. Pull the shoulders down. Lift through the crown. How high can you lift those toes? Pushing feet into hands. One more inhale. Lift, lift, lift. Exhale, lower. Forehead down, tops the feet down. Hands to either side of your chest. Inhale, press up to the hands and knees. Big toes touch. Widen those knees as wide as the road. And relax the whole upper body and the head. Just take a few deep breaths here. Slowing the breathing. Slowing the heart rate. Slowing the fluctuations of the mind. Come up just onto your forearms, supporting yourself there. Bringing your elbows underneath your shoulders. How wide can those knees go now? Keep the big toes touching. Look back, make sure those big toes are still together. And then just let your head hang for a moment as you push your hips towards your heels. And those knees go just a little bit wider. And maybe you can go a little further, crawling yourself forward until your hips come in line with your knees and your inner thighs perhaps melt a little closer to the ground. Keep the tail tucked and the belly lifted. opportunity to stretch things out. The legs, the torso, the arms, the neck. Crown of the head extending to the space between the palms. Tailbone and hips lifting to the ceiling as the heels press towards the floor. Good, let's take a step forward with the right foot, bringing your foot right up to the space between your hands. And now take a big step forward with the left foot so you can plant your left foot flat and plant it on a 45. So similar to Warrior One, but our right leg is straight now. And you want to be able to completely square your hips to the front of your mat. Can you reach the floor with the hands? If you can, your hands can be on your ankle or front shin. You can even use your blocks underneath your hands. We're going to revolve our triangle here, but before we do, take a little peek back at your hips. Try to pull the right hip back more. Left hip forward without turning the left foot in anymore. So press the whole outer edge of that left foot down. Lift the chest now up and away from the earth and really extend forward through the crown of the head. Your left hand can come a little closer to your left foot. Your hand can rest on your ankle, your yoga block, or even up on your right shin. Take your right arm out like a wing, straight to the side. Look out at that thumb and make sure that your wrist and your shoulder line up. And on an inhale, start to lift that right arm up. Try to keep turning that chest open to the right as the right hip pulls back and the left hip pulls forward. Take another deep breath in, and with the exhale, lower the right hand. Looking down, inhale now, lift the chest, lift the chin, look out in front of you, and begin to fold over that right leg. Relax your head, draw the left hip forward, draw the right hip back. Good, as you inhale, lift the chin, crawl the fingers forward a bit as you come onto the left toes, push off the left foot and lift the left leg up to the sky. And then just start to bow chest to back. Tucking in the chin, creating length at the back of the neck. How high can you lift that left leg up to the ceiling? Maybe you can hold the right ankle with the right hand, pulling yourself down even further. Maybe the left hand can come in closer to the right foot. Maybe you can even grab the right ankle with the left hand as well. If one or both hands have left the floor, take them back down. Crawl the hands forward a little bit so you can start to lower your left foot down next to your right. And with your big toes touching, inhale, look forward, lengthening the spine. Exhale, start to fold over those legs. Let your head go. Let your toes take just as much weight as your heels. Good. As you inhale, lift the chest, look slightly ahead. Let's keep the left foot where it is, and let's just step our right foot back for our revolved triangle. So make sure that your right heel settles in the roots. Your feet are at a hip distance width, so don't go too wide with them either. You're pulling the left hip back as you pull the right hip forward. So look at those hips. Are they level? Are they even? And then rooting into that inner edge of your left foot and the outer edge of your right foot, lift the chest up and away from the earth. Bring the right hand in a little closer. Maybe it's on your block, maybe it's on your left ankle, maybe even up on that left shin. Now send the crown of your head straight out in front of you as you take your left arm straight out to the left at shoulder height. Turn your head, look out to that left thumb. And then inhale, start to lift that left arm. Slowly spiraling that chest open to the left. Left hip is still drawing back and the right hip is still moving forward. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, lower the arm and look down. Hands back at shoulder distance if they're on the floor. Look forward as you inhale and start to fold over that left leg as you exhale. Left hip still drawing back. Right hip still moving forward. As you inhale, lift the chin, come onto the right toes, little bend in the left knee as you push off the right foot, right leg lifts to the sky as you bow, chest to thigh. Maybe the left hand and hold the left ankle, holding yourself a little further down. Maybe your right hand can come in a bit closer to the inner left foot. Maybe you're even holding that ankle with the right hand. Both hands back to the floor, lift the chest, lift the chin, and then slowly start to lower the right foot down, but hip distance now, apart. Grab onto your big toes with your first two fingers and your thumbs. Look forward as you inhale, draw the low belly in, and now begin to pull yourself down on the exhale. Bend the elbows, flare them out to the sides. Pull up on the toes, push the toes firmly down into those fingers so that there's no space between the fingers and the floor. On your inhale, lift, chin, look up in front of you, release those toes, walk your feet together, plant both your hands, and simply step back to downward dog. Just take a moment here, pushing the armpits back towards the ankles, head hanging heavy. One more deep breath in, and on your exhale, take it down to child's pose, whatever one speaks to you right now, whatever your body needs. Just a few breaths. Just letting the shoulders, the arms relax. Letting your back round gently. Hands to either side of your head, press into the palms, straighten the arms. Bring your knees together. Sit back on the heels for just a moment and breathe. In through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Let's take 2 fist distance between the knees. Wrap the hands around the upper arms. We're going to do a few rounds of Dolphin here. So let's bring the elbows to the floor away from the knees, about the length of the torso. So it's shoulders over elbows, hips over knees. Release the hands forward, clasp the hands, tuck the pinky finger in, place thumb next to thumb so your hands have formed a tight fist. And then simply push into the forearms. As you relax your head, let it hang, look back towards the feet as you curl your toes. Push up to a downward dog-like position on your forearms with your hands interlaced, chest pressing back, and now inhale, come forward with the shoulders, chin coming past the fists, exhale, press back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, back, let's do Three more. Two more. Work, last one. Set the knees down. Take rest in child's pose. Relax the arms and shoulders. Hands down the side of your head. Pushing the palms all the way up. Let's swing those feet over to one side and send those legs straight out. If you need a little lift underneath the edge of the seat, you can place it there. Still Chris's blanket since he's not here to use it. So try to pull all 10 toes back towards you. Press the backs of the knees open, draw the shoulders back over the hips, ears back over the shoulders, push into the palms, lift through the crown. Now inhale, float the arms forward and up, and as you exhale, move your heart towards your toes, don't round the back, inhale, back up. Stretch taller, and exhale, heart towards the toes. Inhale again, all the way up. Pull the low belly in, send the heart forward, relax the arms down, bend the elbows, take a gentle grip. Drawing the belly back a little more. Pull your chest through those upper arms, and before your back rounds, just let your head start to hang. Keep pulling your chest through those upper arms. Keep pulling your toes back towards you. Continuing to breathe deeply. Continuing to breathe slowly. Folding the body in half, hinging from those hips. Belly would be the first thing to get closer to the legs. First the belly, then the chest, and then it would be the chin, nose, then forehead. So try not to take it out of order. Try to get to a point where you're no longer forcing, pulling, or straining, and just be in the pose now, letting gravity pull you down. Removing any lift you may have had underneath the seat now. Start to lie down on the back. But we're going to engage as we do this. So heels up at the top of the mat, arms extended forward. Close the eyes and just start to slowly lower yourself down. Try to come down with control. Use those abdominal muscles to control the descent. As your upper back eventually starts to touch, the arms can float up and back, all the way behind you. Take a deep breath in. Let's stretch out the right side, toes forward, fingers back, and then relax the right side and bring the stretch to that left side. And relax. Let's do both together. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, arms to the sides, walk the feet towards you. Plant your heels in front of those sitting bones. Hip distance width apart. Tail is tucked. Lower drawn in. Inhale, lift the hips up. Can you clasp your hands maybe this time? Sliding one arm at a time underneath you. If clasping your hands causes your wrist to pull away, press the palms flat instead. Keep those knees right over top of those ankles. Press the length of the arms down. Push the hips up, push the chest up and towards the chin. Again, try to use your thighs more than your buttocks. Inhale up onto the toes, send the arms out from underneath you, and start to lower upper back, mid back, and low back. Let the heels settle for a moment. And then start to let your knees fall towards each other as you widen your feet, stopping when you feel your pinky toes there at the edges of your mat. Knees falling into center, arms can be out to a T or in cactus. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, let both knees move to the right as you turn your head to the left. And feel your whole upper back, your left shoulder and your right shoulder resting heavy on the ground. So there's a few different ways we can deepen this stretch. One of them is walking the left foot further out to the left. Another one is keeping the left foot where it was and picking up the right foot, placing it on top of the left knee, or you can stay exactly as you are. Listening to your body as it tells you what it needs. Pushing yourself to that place of comfortable discomfort, but backing off if you experience pain. If you walked the left foot out further, bring it back in. If you picked up the right foot, set it back down. Inhale, head and knees come up. Exhale to change sides, knees left, head to the right. And just relax here. And if you did either modification on the other side, you'd either be walking your right foot further out to the right, or taking your left foot up onto your right knee on this side. Seeing what you need to find that place that's comfortably uncomfortable for you. And it changes from day to day and practice to practice. So try to never have expectations. Try to just be open to the possibility of whatever your practice has in store for you today. Without the expectations, there can be less disappointment and frustration. If you walk the right foot out or lifted the left foot up, come back to that starting position so that you can inhale back through center. Walk your feet towards each other now. Let the soles of your feet touch. Let your knees melt out and down just for a few breaths here, if that's available to you. Gravity pulling the knees down, opening up through the hips, inner thighs, muscles deep within the groin. So much connection between our hips and our low back. On your next inhalation, let your knees come back up and the soles of your feet plant. Walk your feet towards you. Now, shift your hips a couple inches to the left and cross your left knee over your right knee, knee over knee. So left leg over right leg. Turn your head now slowly to the left as you take a deep breath in. Begin to melt both your legs over to the right. And if you find having the legs crossed is just a little bit intense, by all means, just uncross them, stacking knee and ankle instead. Left shoulder is still down, chest is open to the ceiling, and the head is turned as far to the left as it'll go. Inhale, come back up. Uncross the legs. If they're still crossed, let your hips come back to center. And now take them just a couple inches to the right. Cross right knee over left knee and turn your head as far to the right as it'll go. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, begin to melt the legs over to the left. And again, if having the legs crossed is too much, simply uncross them and stack the angle. Try to keep the chest facing the ceiling rather than turning to the left. So the right shoulder is down, it's heavy. Next inhale, let your head and your knees come up, uncross the legs. Shift your hips back to center. And let's bring the arms down to the sides of the body and let's extend those legs straight out in front of us, preparing for a fish before we do our final twist. So you can slide one arm at a time underneath you, trying to get thumb next to thumb. Walk those fingers as far down the backs of the legs as you can. Try to bring the elbows in as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now point your feet, but spread your toes at the same time. Inhale, lift the head, lift the shoulders, come right up onto those elbows, push the chest high, and let the head slowly come back and lower until the head is making light contact with your mat. Most of the weight is in the arms as you lift the chest, opening the throat here in our fish, matsyasana. Breathe deeply. A lot of spinal health today in the practice, working along the entire length. Let's inhale, come back up, tucking the chin so we can lower slowly, arms releasing out from under the body. Walk the feet towards you. Let your knees very loosely come to your chest. Let your low back really melt into the ground. And as you hold your knees with your hands, just start to rock and massage that low back. Back through center, set your feet down, send your legs out straight, and send your arms over your head. One last little movement the spine needs to do. So we're just going to walk both feet over to the left. Curve the upper body just a little bit to the left. Turn your head a little bit to the left. And the option is there to cross left leg over right or right leg over left. And just start to open up the right side of the body. Feel that compression along the left side of the rib cage. And feel that expansion along the side of the right leg, through the hip, through the right ribs, through the right arm. Give that right arm a stretch. Take another inhale. If you cross the legs and across them, bring your upper body to center. Walk your feet to center. And let's make our body into a banana, going the other way. So both feet to the right, a Upper body curves to the right, so we can open up the left side. If you cross the legs on the right side, do the opposite now on the left. And just start to breathe into that left side stretch. And try to keep the shoulders still down towards the ground. Head is turning to the right. Gentle stretch in the left side of the neck as well. One more inhale to really stretch it out as you exhale across the legs. Upper body to center, feet to center. Walk the feet towards you. Send the arms to a T or cactus if you're close to your neighbor. Let your knees come towards your chest. Now keeping your arms as they are, nice and heavy on the ground, flex your feet and take a deep breath in. Exhale both knees to the right as you turn your head and look to the left. Set your feet down before your left shoulder leaves the floor. And we'll just spend a few breaths here in this final spinal twist. Relaxing any tension that you still may be holding on to along the length of your spine right now. So let it all go. With every exhale, feel yourself melting down towards the ground. With your next in-breath, take your way back to center, head and knees, and then change sides as you exhale. Try not to lift the right shoulder as you set the feet down. And just breathe. Reach for your knees, squeeze them in. And then inhale, forehead towards the knees. Start to wrap the arms more tightly around the legs. Take another deep breath in. Hold the breath, squeezing every muscle in the body from the toes, through the legs, arms, right up to the tip of the nose. Squeeze and release. And make yourself ready for Shavasana. Do you need extra clothing, a blanket, pillow over the eyes to block out the light from within your space? Tucking the shoulder blades, tucking the chin as you eventually lie down. Separate your back teeth. Let your jaw relax. Let your eyes start to sink heavily into their sockets. And just let gravity pull you down now. Heels are heavy, buttocks melting and relaxing into your mat. Heavy through the backs of the hands and elbows and shoulders. And feel the skull heavy on the floor. Feel that point of contact there at the back of your head. Everything very still now, physically. And as the mind begins to wander, try not to pay any one particular thought any more attention than another. Just watch them come and go. Remaining awake and alert, aware of physical sensation throughout the body, but again, detached from it. As you begin that inward focus, rest there. Becoming that silent observer, if you will. Take rest. Take rest. Take rest. yourself.